Emperor's will! If we fight and die! What is death? Death! What is it that gives us purpose? What is it that gives the war purpose? Vanquish the foes of Himmler. The heretic! The alien! The mutant! The heretic! The alien! The mutant! What is it to be an enemy of the Emperor? What is to be dead? What is it to be the instrument of the Emperor's damnation? The Space Marines, the angels of death. What is it to be a Space Marine? It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse. What is it to be pure? To know no fear. Fear denies faith. Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood. Yours or your enemies. For the Emperor. 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 This is the ultimate moment. This is the ultimate to the throne. This is of the Blackthrone. There's only war. It's your duty.
Finally, it has come. That which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it, utterly, with total conviction. I have lain my hand upon this plan, this terminus decree, this fail-safe. I pray it will never return. For when it returns, the galaxy will never be the same again. The fires of war will have been to embers as to what is to come. My sigil rests alongside your own. We have both given ourselves to this. I offer no comfort. Make no mistake, it will return. When it does, when it does, the galaxy will burn in the fires of Blackthrone. Finally, it has come. That which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend.
It's all okay! And once again, against my better judgment, we are... I hate to tell you this. Guys, we're live. It's happened.
Nick! Oh.
I've never met Nick, nice guy. So, hello and welcome to Tattletales RPG, where the table may be virtual, but that guinea pig is so cute. Look at him. Look at the piggy. He's so cute. And you're welcome, I guess, as well. So,
Worship the pig.
We are back with Blackthrone Salvation, the flight from Solar. Where last we left off, the party have failed in the Blood Games after an assassination attempt that was successful against Inquisitor Harkon Castellus. Our noble heroes and Brother Ryan have assembled aboard a ship known as the Martyr's Oath. Sorry, George.
Oh, guys, you caught me.
He's a fallen. Oh, what a twist.
What a twist.
What a twist indeed. Aboard the Martyr's Oath. Here, you have made your way out of the solar system, well, attempting to make your way out of the solar system, away from Terra itself without the blessing of the God Emperor of mankind. You are currently traveling towards the Saros station in orbit of Jupiter, having decided to make your way via the Olaton's path and the classic route in and out of Terra via the Elysian Gate. Less military activity, but a much higher chance of coming across standard patrols. Where did we leave off last week? What did we do? We had various bits of RP going on, namely Aegis allowed the Necron corruption into his coding, and has been fully restored in body, but certainly not in soul.
We closed, I believe, on the settlement of rolling with Kalim's plan for now.
Yes.
Certain safeguards.
The party
We
has
also
agreed.
met-
Okay.
We also met Tibbins, the
Yes.
navigator, Davy, the engineer, and Zibbet, the personal prostate examiner. Should I ever mention these names again?
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed, the crew. You
me
also
and the
met the
captain had a
captain of the ship.
Yeah, me and Captain had a spliff.
Yes, you and the captain. The captain who then promptly fainted, and is not having a great day considering everything that's going on. So, considering the captain's not so great day, you are travelling through distant stars, gently. Your ship, the Martyr's Oath, fades in and out of the twinkling starlight, more like a ghost in the wind than anything else. But as you move through this twilight of the endless cosmos of the solar system, the soul system, the place that you have desperately tried to belong to and reach, you can see up ahead what looks to you at this moment like nothing more than a cluster of stars. But they blink, and they turn, and the colours are wrong. You are slowly but surely approaching the Pilgrim Fleet. The thousands upon thousands of ships of those who are attempting to make their way to the divine realm of the God Emperor himself. As we sort of deck the halls with bells and holly, as we slowly go through the halls of the Martyr's Oath,
La 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 la.
what would everyone like to be doing? I'll bring us back to the Martyr's Oath map. What is the general vibe? What's everyone up to?
Well, when this meeting's over, I need a private chat with Ryan. But
Okay. Aegis looking uncomfortable in the corner.
yeah,
And I think actually, if anyone who wants to, let's kick off the first roll of the session with an insight check onto anyone who wants to. Oh, and you did settle on the plan of finding Aurak as well. That was the other part of the plan. Like, it was to go to the play, it was to go to the Voidsguard, the conclave of the Voidsguard, to find how to find Aurak, essentially.
Any particular DN?
No, because it's going to be more of a deception check from Brian.
yes, deception.
Right, I'll get that DN1 ready.
Yeah,
You got this.
I mean, I guess I just
It's DN2.
easy.
Technically, this is a social test for a non-Dark Angel, so it goes
It
to
is.
DN4.
Hard to read, the Iron Hands. Hard to read.
There we go.
Very good. So, if you would like to make me a deception check, please, brother Aegis.
What would it be exactly that I rolled I only have the one dice. I got 2 successes, but
Okay, well that's okay. So the DN of 2 in that instance. So Rhine on. Okay, so pretty much everyone can see that Aegis is, for want of a better word, miraculously healed. There's no difference as far as you can tell, but his cataphracti plate appears to be renewed. The dents in the armor and the burnishings of it, they're gone.
we get buffed right out.
It looks, well, fresh from the forge. Something unheard of in 40k.
Steen.
Yeah, pristine.
Cadogan would wave over a random member of the crew and just ask him to approach.
He approaches incredibly cautiously.
You,
Me?
boy,
Yes, sir.
what medical facilities have you on this vessel?
Merely a standard medical wing, sir. Nothing fancy.
And without looking at him, would point at Brother Aegis. Then how is this Brother Astartes on his feet?
I do not know, sir. I do not know. I assume the blessings of the Emperor and the power of the almighty Astartes physiology, sir.
Quite. And then would turn back to the
There
table.
you go. Very good, sir. Sort of steps back. You see his mate elbows him and he goes, "Fuck off, Dennis."
Speaking of which, how many days until we leave the system? This is Ryan speaking up. It's like, I have a feeling that we'll have a lot of time on our hands until then.
The captain is unconscious, but the navigator goes, "Well, sir, we have a number of days, but I feel I must warn you, sir. We have had a communique, sir. You're to be picked up."
He's very heavy. Are you sure you can pick him up?
No. That's like a genuine attempt at a fake laugh that then is impossible to fulfill. No, it appears a ship under the command of, and she sort of looks over at Valadin Reid, who goes, "Ah, I had something of a failsafe should I ever need to get out of the system quietly. A ship on standby with an experienced and well-trained crew and a trusted ally at the helm who could do things, as I say, on the down low."
Very well. The question still stands: how long do we have until we reach them, or they reach us?
We have about a matter of days, my lord, until we reach the Pilgrim Fleet, the Pilgrim Fleet. However, and that is where we will conduct the transfer of personnel.
Very well. Then, Inquisitor Reid, I'd like to put in a request. He would turn to her. They're waiting for a response.
Reid, who's leaning on Baal's blade as a walking cane, kind of looking like fucking Gandalf at this moment in time, goes, "Yes, Lord Rhine."
I'd request that for at least a couple of Terran days, that me and the Brother Astartes are to be left uninterrupted as we attend to our more out-of-combat duties.
She sort of pauses and then, "I understand. I will instruct any that I can."
And to clarify with all of those present here, my Brother Astartes, we have been lax in our care for our minds and our souls. There is now going to be a mandatory time for meditation and weapons maintenance, Beta Row, I would ask that you insist with the latter.
Beta slowly inclines his head.
Of course, the adepts of the Mechanicum are yours, Lord Reid.
Good. With that, I would hope to see all brother Starties in a. I assume this ship has facilities for.
There would be your chambers, essentially. And of course, as with every ship in 40k, because they fucking need it, there would be a chapel for prayer while in the warp.
I would expect to see any Astartes within the chapel in. He would think from a. He's gonna say a indeterminate amount of time, just whatever narrative.
He expects to see you.
Yeah, he expects to see people at the chapel, which then that narratively leaves it open for everyone to fucking do anything else until then.
That's good.
Because obviously he needs to do his things before attempting to. But I would step back from the console. Thank you.
Okay. So, I will have the Commodore step forwards. Lord Astartes, it is, of course. Our plan to travel to the Conclave and to request the aid of my former associates of the Void Scarred. I think I must forewarn you all of the grave undertaking that this shall be. While I have left my former alliances and joined with the great Ynead of my people, the Void Scarred are, forgive me, little more than pirates. And he sort of waits for that to sink in.
So I'm to assume that their loyalty is bought.
Their loyalties are to themselves. Purchasing is not something that we Eldari care for. Currency is something that is irrelevant when one is so long-lived. That, of course, is not an insult at the short-lived nature of your species. It is simply an observation of the variable economic structures of Xenos species. Pardon myself. What I am saying is they will not barter for money. They will barter for blood.
Good. I, with Thrall, do a kind of scholar into dealings with Eldar.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's something he might be good at.
Cadogan would quip at that being Ordo Malleus. One would.
Sorry.
Oh no! It's your role. Sorry, we'll clear that up.
So any particular DN before DN?
Let's go DN 5. It seems like it's a common thing to do.
No worries.
Cadogan would just shortly quip at that, just going. One would think your kind bartering in blood would have had enough with their last dealings with a chaos god.
You see the Commodore visibly flinches at that comment, and he goes, "She who first was born not from bartered blood, but borrowed sin. It is the great shame and the great repentance of my kin." Oh, hold on. Thank you very much for the cheer, Kaleem. Appreciate it. Very kind of you. The Commodore sort of Yes, my species created a god. But fear not, my friend. It was humanity that empowered them so.
I think from the conversation of like calling such a god of all things, I think that would actually probably piss off Saul the most. He would so he looked kind of. I would hesitate to call that thing as such. It is a warp entity of great power, nothing more. It will die all the same.
At that, the Commodore will go, "It is true what the Knight of Grey says. There are gods in this universe, but none of them are chaos. There are far older ones who yet live and reside." So, he sort of makes the point that when you get there, don't expect money to be bartered. This is a case of you're going to have to do a deal for a deal, you know?
Yeah.
So, is there anything anyone wants to do while you have the round table? Obviously, you can catch anyone you want to. I don't have individual maps made for your quarters, so you're welcome to sort of place yourselves around wherever you wish.
There's nothing I wish to do here, but I do intend to seek medical attention.
Very wise.
Same.
Funny enough, I intend to see Apothecary Kalis.
So I think everyone sort of goes their separate ways, begins, let's put him down near the boarding plank. Everyone sort of goes their separate ways, and then sort of an hour and 20 minutes, and 2 hours later, Kalis looks up from where he's administrating the wounds to Monteo, just to see like 5 people walk into the room. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Ryan, Augustus, Castranus, I assume, Cadigan, Orn, Sahu, all sort of arrive at the medical base simultaneously. And I think you see Kalis looks up and goes, "Oh, murder. Come in. And let me do what I can for you all." And he sort of looks very resigned. "I do not have enough gurneys, brothers. I'm afraid many of this will have to be standing."
Good.
Could
So-
Requiem like carry bringing the black shield with him?
Yeah? As you bring the black shield in, I think Kalis gives you a look. "Why have you brought that, my brother?"
I need him conscious, but I need him.
Now or later?
If you have other matters to tend to first, then that is fine.
I would simply rather we were at our full strength before we awoke this one.
My point precise. If it needs to be later, then that is for the best.
Lay him in the corner. I will administrate a continued concoction that will enable him to slumber.
Very good. I'll have need of this one later. Let no one lay a single hand on him.
My own administration will be brief, brother.
It is not you of which I think about.
Okay.
For which then Ryan will leave, and then he'll come back later for. Actually, no, he'll wait. He'll wait patiently.
Well, Kayla sort of gets you all on gurneys. His Narkethium begins whirring as he just begins.
Why do I just feel like? Sorry, why do I feel like Cadigan would be totally a cat at this moment and just be being told not to touch him would just simply bat a fucking face off in his face?
They can, well, I mean, if Ryan stays there, you're not going to get much of a chance, but you could always do a stealth check and go poke him if needed.
Not yet.
I'm going to poke him. Okay. So, I will say that everyone can heal up fully, get all your restored health and shock back, as it will take several days. And we're sort of RPing, there's several trips to Kalis. You know, individual trips. It is on one of these trips that, Ryan, you are taken to one side by Kalis. He sort of puts you to one side and he goes, Brother Brian, I wish to speak with you in private, if that is okay.
Can I do an insight on Kalis? Because he sounds different.
It's partly my sore throat, but yes.
But fair enough. Any particular tier?
Do DN3, and I will say that he is being cagey, so yes. And Bob is struggling to do a French accent, but you know.
That is fair.
Bonjour, brother.
I do not pass
Okay.
this one.
Kalis seems, I'm gonna have to work that out in a minute, Liam.
No worries.
Kalis does seem very cagey. He's clearly not in his right frame of mind. His usual optimism is replaced by... There is like a grimness to him. A grim demeanor, I would say.
Yeah. What is it? What is it, apothecary? Are you well?
That would be DN6, by the way, Liam. He goes, May we? I am well. In body, my friend, in body. How do I say this? I was deeply hurt with the death of Brother Artagan. He and I had served together since before Salvation was formed. We have been in the service of Inquisitor Reid for a long time. We were brought in after Sahu left. And it is often that we lose battle brothers in the depths of our woe, but it is hard to lose a brother amongst brothers, you understand?
Ones that you've trained, bonded with, and fought alongside for so long. To lose such a battle brother can be weary on one's mind, and eventually it can be weary on the soul.
He nods and... On one occasion, the good Lord D'Artagnan, he created a... I'm going to have to close the door in a second. He created a servitor designed for a purpose, a simple sanitary thing to help out. To help clean my medical wing. And it was of such perfected masterpieces that, of course, it was worthy of the son of Vulcan, but, and I don't say this lightly, it was worthy of the Red Scorpions. And were he but from my chapter, I would have been proud to have called him brother.
It is often said that we do not truly appreciate something until it is gone, but let it not weigh upon you too heavily, for Artagan, in his service, fought valiantly.
I can hear people arguing. Hang on, I think... You guys just decide what you're going to do for a second. I think I need to go help with something, because hang on. Sorry.
All right.
So, taxes.
Yes.
The dichotomy of good and evil.
All is well. It was not. I thought I'd ate someone else's dinner, which would have been bad.
Throw it up.
Fine. Kalis nods and goes, The next part is harder, Ryan. The brother you have brought to me. As is customary, I have performed the initial checks, ensuring his gene seed and everything is stable. No taint of corruption. Yes?
Yes.
I am pleased to report there is no taint of corruption. But I thought you would like to see this. And he holds up a Vox slate, a data slate, for you. And you see on it, like, the various codings. A lot of it is fucking Greek to you. Like, you just, no idea.
It's jargon, you know?
Yeah, but he goes, and he sort of points out a few very specific areas. And then he goes, this is your gene seed, brother Ryan. And he closes it. And you see both helixes are damn near identical. However, the one on the left, the one belonging to the Fallen, there's something about it, a level of like smoothness to it that's innate in what you're feeling that sort of is uncomfortable. And you realize you're looking at him, he is purer than you.
He looked and what are the implications from this, apothecary?
It is my belief that your prisoner, I believe he is of direct gene stock from the Primarch himself. My chapter is a chapter that is, as I'm sure you are aware, brother, obsessed with the purity of our gene seed. Were this to be a scorpion, were this to be a red scorpion, he would be heralded as the second coming of whomever our Primarch was, a direct link to our past. This, and he sort of gestures to specific, complicated sequences and genomes. This is the blood of Caliban, my brother.
I see. This complicates matters. He must be brought right.
He inclines his head. I also believe I have a name for you, brother.
Speak it.
This... Are you sure? Once said, the name cannot be taken back.
Very well. There's a kind of the deep breath, kind of like, speak it. Let none else hear.
He inclines his head. The gene sequence is one that has already been logged by the angels of your chapter. Logged with the Inquisition. Not publicly, and as such I have the ability to access it. I know of the... And he checks the surrounding area. I know of the hunt, my brother.
There's the instant agitation, from Ryan, you knew?
Of course, as did Artagan. As does anyone who has served with Reid long enough.
Very well. What is this name? Who am I dealing with?
His name is Solas. Solas. In the year estimated 883 M37, he impersonated an Imperial planetary governor. He came into contact with the Raven Wing of your chapter, brought them to a standstill until the war was broken by the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion. During this time, Brother Solas supposedly escaped alongside the Alpha Legion.
His importance is much more dire than I expected. The chapter must hear of this. Very well. Then you understand why I ask you to let none approach him.
As ever, I am an apothecary. My word is my bond.
He must be prepared.
Shall I strip him of his armor? Keep him paralyzed but able to talk?
No. This one will require a different approach. I've been considered much of an oddity even amongst my own brothers. He will not be armed, but I will not strip him of his dignity.
I would caution, brother. This one has fought alongside the Hydra.
Trickery and deceit is in their nature. I understand.
He smiles, puts his vembrace on yours in the warrior's embrace, and just goes, "Then I bid you good hunting, chaplain."
Not roguelike. Take care, Apothecary Kalis.
Kalis moves back through and begins administrating an augmetic arm to Kalis. "Inquisitor, while you are in my quarters, you sit still." Trying to sort of weasel it into the arm socket where it's been ripped out. Right, anyone for any more?
Oh, go ahead.
No, by all means, I've already had one part.
Mine's something that can kind of happen, anytime before we get to our destination, temporary destination.
So do your shit, man.
Well, it's another RP with Ryan.
I suspected this might be coming.
Man of the hour.
Today is Ryan's Revelations.
I would send him a private vox at some point during our journey, asking to meet him in private.
Okay, so you reach out to Ryan using the vox. George, I'd like you to make a willpower check, please. DN1.
Yep, no worries. Related implants?
They'd make the DN harder, if anything.
Fair enough, never mind.
All good?
I'd probably spend a day sort of, scoping out the ship, trying to find the more secluded spot to sort of have a private conversation, a little one-on-one.
You were able to eventually find in the chapel a cloistered sort of area designed for confessionals. And you can see Isai is around, but you can trust Isai is so deep in his own ritualistic flagellation that he's not going to be listening in and is sort of just in the same building. And if anything, is a good distraction from your conversation as Isai has stripped down to the waist and is actively carving chunks of his meat from himself.
Okay.
So it makes it good. This is just in the middle of this church. Pews on either side of him. Huge, sort of 2-foot Bowie knife that he's using.
I guess as an Iron Hands, I can kind of sympathize, sort of.
You can make an insight check if you want.
Sure.
Right now, he looks delicious to you.
God. Right now he looks the opposite. No metal there.
Yes, but he's peeling flesh off his own body.
Just DN3. True.
I mean, I can't pass anyway, so.
Ah dear. You can hear him muttering in High Gothic, just these strangled litanies of repentance and adoration, and you can just hear him going, "God, Emperor on Terra, take this flesh as an offering that I may sacrifice it into the burning brazier of your holy divinity. I know that my muscles, my body, my sacrament is yours, and that I am all and all is one, and I am all and one is I. But I am one that has failed, and as such the Imperium has failed, and so I atone for the failure." Like, it's just this constant string of like litanies and, fucked up redemptional sort of carving. Enough that like the crew of this area, the priests, are heavily distracted, to say the least. So you and Ryan are able to get a quiet moment away from everyone else.
Yeah, I imagine I would have spent a little bit of time in sort of rumination,
Yeah.
dreading this moment, but then eventually worked the nerve up to have a meeting with them.
As you voiced Ryan, as you're sort of entering into this chapel, into this redoubt of the Imperium, there's this burst of static as Aegis contacts you, and just underneath, there was a burst of something else that pushed through as well, but your system's auto-locks just cancelled it out.
Okay.
But you do arrive at the chapel, where in front of a giant golden statue, which is a weird statue, because this is a spaceship, it's more of a common design than you see in other areas of the Imperium. But it's like the Emperor with his sword outstretched, where one side of him is the golden armored, the classic Emp's image, right? The Emperor, the Imperator. But the other side, his head is sort of like half turned, and his other hand is reaching down. And in that hand, he's holding out a treaty. And it's a bionic hand, instead of like the human hand. And that side of the Emperor, the bionic face, the robes instead of the golden armor, is the visage he took when he conducted the Treaty of Mars. So it's kind of this mix of the God Emperor, the Omnisire. It's a statue to both, essentially.
Perfect. I'd probably be staring.
Oh God,
at it.
Yeah, this statue is like bright gold, highlighting Aegis's face, and casting a shadow that, as we sort of like enter through like a long shot, a shot that sort of tracks down from above, like a bird's eye view. Ryan, the doors open, and Ryan is like walking the length of this statue's shadow through the pews towards Brother Aegis, who is completely hidden in the darkness of this shadow, surrounded by flickering candles light. So all you can sort of see of Ryan Aegis is this, all you can see of Aegis Ryan is like where the candlelight glints off of his augmetics. But the armor itself is so dark, it just blends with the shadow.
Is it unnaturally, like normally?
Not unnaturally, no. Because Aegis is, if I remember correctly, subconsciously willing himself to have the same visage he did before.
You wish to speak with me, Brother Aegis?
Yes. What do you hope to accomplish before you die?
What do I hope to accomplish?
Yes.
My wish to accomplish is vengeance against Enkelaclast, the death of the Emperor's enemies, to pile the bodies so high that it would make even those of our traitor kin flinch. I wish to do the Emperor's work. I wish to see that my brothers are there beside me, and that humanity is given the stars, and then some. That is my hope for what I wish to do before I die.
I too have many dreams, but I know now that I will not be able to complete them. I have made a very grave sacrifice I've sacrificed the future for the present. And I fear it has cost me anything I had hoped to achieve. I am living on borrowed time. I'm sure you, as others, have noticed my recovery was rather expedient. Too expedient, perhaps.
And last I recalled, you lost both your eyes and a limb or two. You shouldn't have been standing, let alone conversing with us.
I'll take my helmet off and sort of look at him, and I imagine that my eyes look like completely normal, like...
Not quite. It's actually so much worse. I'm going to roll something privately here.
Oh, go for it.
Oh boy. As the helmet is removed, Ryan, you step back. Because the face that looks at you is without augmetics. It is smooth, somewhat perfect, with long dark hair that reaches his shoulders and an eaglish, hawk-like face that is not Brother Aegis's. And then it cracks and it sinks into him. You are looking at the withered, broken, tormented face of Brother Talon Sol.
What?
I beg your pardon.
Brother, what has happened to you?
What would I see myself as?
You attempt to rearrange your structure, Aegis, like you did before. But if I remember correctly, you now have Omnus in your systems, the Flayer virus, the Omnus virus.
Yeah.
This is the face of Omnus. This is how Omnus views itself.
I guess what I mean is, do I see the same exact thing as he does?
Yes, so you realize that your ability to change your body is a gift that can be taken away from you, a gift that can be used against you. And in this moment, this is basically Omnus telling Rhine, I'm here, I'm back.
Even since we first met, I didn't know much about my past self, but I feel relatively certain I did not look like this.
As you reference this and memories of your face as it should be returned to you, the face splits down the middle. Silver liquid drips from the cut like blood, and then spreads like oil across water, and when it settles, the visage of Aegis returns.
That damnable thing.
You recognize that code, George, that pushed against your systems. Everyone has a new sphere, and the code that is looking at Aegis through your helmet, like on your heads-up display, it says, Brother Aegis, 10th Legion, da-da-da-da-da, and then it... Omnus. Hive Omnus. Eternal Omnus. Sigillite. Talon Sol. Raven Guard. It scatters and it keeps changing.
What? How long? How long is this affliction? No. This is... That damn machine taunts us. You said you were on borrowed time. Explain.
Well, I can't imagine. I have... this will... I won't allow myself to become a monstrosity. I don't know how long I have, but I know I wish to spend it in service of the Emperor. I will not be able to achieve my goals, but I don't want to become a he's about to say a heretic, but I what would it be? A Xenos? What would be the Technically, this would be like a tech heresy, right? Or like
This is 100% tech heresy, yeah.
Yeah. I do not wish to become disgraced in both the eyes of the Omnissiah and the Emperor. I will fight for as long as I can, but I called you here to ask a favor. If I should succumb to this illness and I begin to turn, I need you to put me down.
Brother, there's clearly, it was very I like, just for so it's very clear that Ryan was going to say you could not ask this of him, but there's that instant lock up where he's just like,
you must ask this of him.
You are the first commanding Astartes that I remember. The longest that I've served with. We've seen many allies come and go.
Mostly Kaleem's. Sorry.
this music is not fitting.
Occasionally distracting. I can think of no one I trust more with this unfortunate decision. I mean, he sort of just kind of see him like, almost like looking down at his hands and his. I imagine.
Excuse me, Bob.
I mean, he's just. Yeah, it's. You've never probably even seen A just like depressed or showing any emotion, but it's like the ride. He feels like he looks like the ride's over. You know, it's like party's over. As far as he's concerned.
Aegis, brother, you have been a bulwark for salvation. It mattered little what enemy came before us, that it be traitor, creature of the warp, Xenos. It mattered little. You weathered the storm all the same. And for that, you had my eternal gratitude. And I can only repay that. I will grant your request.
As you... Sorry, finish your sentence, but let me cut in after you do.
Yep. The day that you decide that you cannot take another step, that you're about to fall, I will grant you the Emperor's mercy.
As you say that, you both receive a Vox ping requesting access to speak into your Voxes. The ident code is Brother Talon's Soul, Raven Guard.
How much do I know of Talon Soul?
He was the Raven Guard you fought alongside on Avalos. He was the one of the first members of Salvation. It's Kai's first character.
Yeah, he would heal you from 0 to full, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He also is the only member of Kill Team Salvation who is not confirmed dead on Avalos, who isn't currently in this room. He is believed dead, but a body was never found.
Yeah, Aegis was in the second wave of Astartes.
I see. So yes, so Talon would have been... you would have heard of Talon Sol as like one of the first members of the Kill Team on Avalos with Ryan.
With Ryan, how is this possible?
It is possible that he's using you as a go-between form of communication. He was able to do it before. This may be him doing it again.
Again, we're both receiving this though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Us? So he's trying to get a hold of both of us at the same time.
It is a sense of it is requesting permission to speak. through, and as you sort of look into the code, because your mind turns to it, Brian, George is receiving the ping as a way to hear it, but it wants to be speaking through the systems of your helmet's Vox grill.
Okay, so it's not like I'm letting Omnis into my system.
This would not allow him into your system, no. This is more like a, hey, can we turn this into a LAN call, rather than...
I mean, I'm fine to talk to this individual, but him like using my my speakers, like, it's kind of weird, right?
It's a bit weird, but it's your armor that's talking.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, listen to what it has to say if you wish to let it, but I do not think anything good will come of it.
Can I just like not answer?
You can deny it permission, which may
Yeah, I think
cause
I'm
it to
going to.
attempt to force it.
At this point, I'm going to try to resist anything that's wacky.
Okay, in that case, I would like you to create a resolve check for me, please. However, I'm just going to move your token down here. I'm going to see what the DN is.
Okay.
Could I possibly use an ability here that could help him?
Potentially. Let me at least determine the DN. So it will be a DN7 resolve check.
Okay.
Could I possibly use one of my faith abilities called Grant Brotherhood,
Mm-hmm.
which gives him my chapter keyword,
Okay, you're a Dark Angel now.
which then would hit with Beacon of Tradition, where he gets +1 to his resolve test.
Absolutely. I think he is no Dark Angel, but he is of salvation. You know?
Yeah.
He is a brother from another Primarch.
Would I just roll this as like a fear test, or?
So if you go on your character sheet, under combat, you'll see resolve, and you add roll it as a fear check. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yep.
Add 1 dice to it
Yep.
from Beacon of Tradition.
And then DM was 7.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would use glory because it doesn't seem like a.
So, pushing through your Vox grill, breaking through your sort of immediate resistance, the voice of Talon Sol breaks through.
Brothers, I would not let you destroy this vessel. This one is precious to me.
You've already taken one, brother. I will not let you take another.
I am but a fragment of the whole, a rogue fleet of the hive mind. The whole is still the sigillite, speaking through the body of Sol. This is Sol speaking through the body of Aegis. Understand this, Brother Rhine, my chaplain. Brother Aegis is already dead. His body stopped working back on Luna. His heart ceased with the cut of Castellus's sword. Only I keep him moving. Only I keep him breathing. And I will continue to do so. He is my hive tyrant.
I would refuse. I would deny that. Lies.
You say lies, and your
Yeah, I
body
say lies.
shuts down. You instantly crumple to the floor as every muscle gives in, as your heart stops beating, as your lungs cease to draw breath, and the light around your eyes begins to dim, as everything begins to shut down.
All right. Take me to the nearest call it? Airlock.
As you sort of
Man, I get
hit the
run.
ground and you start to draw in your last breath.
A small demonstration. I am in your blood. I am the binary of your existence. I will not let this one die. It is my vessel, my tyrant, my herald. Every hive needs a king.
And the body reawakens, your armor powers back online, the force field, the iron halo charges up as you feel your agmetics grow in strength. The skeletal bionic hand of your left arm surges as like metal sinew forms into an actual iron hand, and then fade back into the form of your choice. A display of power.
It seems you had less time than we thought.
Yeah, looks like that time is now.
Please don't kill your character. It's not
I
making
feel like-
it's not making you. I would stress it's not making you do anything. It's just saying to Ryan, if you try and kill Aegis, there will be repercussions.
Well, I feel like Aegis sees himself as a walking enemy at this point. Like, if this entity can just take him over or shut him down,
Make an insight check for me.
well. Let's see.
Could I give him assistance?
Mm-hmm.
Add 3 to your dice, Ryan.
All right, now we're at 4. What's at the end?
3.
Okay.
I think you should take a glory.
Yeah, this seems important. I'll take a glory.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Any Wrath reroll?
Yeah, we should probably do it. Actually, it auto does it. Oh, hang on. Okay.
Okay. On a 4, you get the feeling as the power returns to your body, you push and Omnus is dampened again deep inside your core. You get the feeling that it was able to do that because you let it in. You gave it access to a system in your armor. Now, there is something to be said for the fact that it can do that at all. That's still a very scary trait. But you get the feeling, or at least you ponder on the idea, Omnus can stop you dying. Omnus can take over when you are at critical, essentially. Like when your armor systems are running without thought. But so long as you exist, Omnus cannot take you over without an invitation. You have to allow him into your systems. You've allowed him in to the point where his code is now there, and this fragment of Omnus has manifested. But a bit like the devil, or a vampire, you have to invite him in. And there will be times where you want to. To ask an age-old question, do you fancy a plus 30?
That is an old one.
A classic.
Well, how would I know that? I mean, obviously it's an insight, so. But how would I know that? Because right now I'm technically healthy, and he was able to sort of shut me down.
But you gave him access to your systems. You gave him access so he could talk.
Well,
And he's now he's used that burst of power. Oh yeah, it will always be a resistance. Omnus is still an evil motherfucker, But you get the feeling that display of power has now caused it to reside and reduce, and now will require permission once again to access.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, you're still on a time
limit.
limit, but it's not like you're going to suddenly start stabbing people in their sleep.
I'm gonna think of it as like I kind of fought him off, so there's some hope.
Essentially, yeah.
That airlock's looking mighty fun.
Mighty cozy.
Tasty airlock. The space smells like regret.
I imagine I would sort of be, I don't know, the equivalent of breathing hard, but maybe
labored.
cold sweat or something. Yeah, and just gonna give Ryan that look like, yeah, we got about a mission or two. If we're lucky. This is not looking good.
I would not be a good chaplain if I did not at least provide you some level of spiritual comfort for such times. Where are the other brothers?
Speaking of the other brothers, should we tell them?
Their views would be conflicting. Some would see for your extermination immediately. So others may have a morbid curiosity, but I wouldn't know for certain if it is the best move. An informed kill team is a prepared one, but what comes with it, that I cannot say.
You do know of one other person who at least has dealt with this sort of thing before, which is Calypso and Nemeth.
Yes, so
Just to give you options.
those proficient in tech, they would be the most likely to be able to help, or at the very least, give us clarity. Though, what that entirely means is that waits to be seen. Do you think you could tell? Do you think you could tell them if you needed to?
You could see that, like, I'm clearly hesitant to agree to get their help. I do not trust the Necrons, even the allies we have allied ourselves with.
In a saying, you are preaching to the choir, Aegis. Trust was never my thing. So I understand that. Especially that of the Xenos. I fear we are making more enemies by the day, and so our allies are growing fewer in number. It is a question of whether we cherish the ones we have now before we potentially lose them. They are there. They could help. But is whether you think you could ask them. I would not dare make such a request for you, as I could not put it into your words. Your ever unique words.
I don't know if you would or not, I'll be honest. I can see Aegis being the kind of person that just stays quietly dying. Like, you know, just doesn't tell anybody. I will think about it.
As you say, I'll think about it, and you push that influence of Omnus deeper, not allowing it into your system. Something pings on the bottom of your retinal display. You have no numbers attached to it, so what sort of graph it's using is impossible to say. But it's just the symbol of an hourglass. And it slowly turns.
Oh, joy.
Omnus is a sadistic bitch. So, who else is going to go pray?
Castranus, I think, would want the attention of Reid, and quite possibly, to bring a player character into it, I'd want Oren there, because he served Castellus. I think that would be the more prudent gesture.
Okay.
Actually, no. Screw that off. Apologies. Kai, not Oren. Venerable Hisrad.
Hisrad had entered the slumber. The Dreadnought slumber.
Ooh. Dreadnought slumber.
He is currently... Hisrad is having horrible, horrible dreams of drowning.
Yes, drowning and seeing the one we believe to be Nihilus and Adonis.
Yeah, not having the best time.
No, I was going to see Reid anyway, so I don't mind bumping into you on the way.
Very well. We can do it.
You find Reid at what is the equivalent of the pub on this ship, like the officers' quarters. She is desperately trying to empty a small decanter of mulled wine into a glass, and it is at best got like a third of a glass and some drips. Like, she's clearly like slightly tipsy. But as you approach, she does give you a warm smile and a hiccup.
Inquisitor Reid, I require a word with you now.
Reid sort of looks at the wine and goes, well, I wasn't getting anything out of that one anyway. I'll put you in the officers' quarters. Where are you?
We've moved up top, just to be...
Ah, yeah, hang on.
Smart.
So, Reid is in there, the unconscious form of the captain. The unconscious form, he's just slumped in the corner. Reid is clearly currently in the process of emptying out his private drink cache.
Are there any more, like, bottles? I'd like to just take one and start just necking it myself.
Yeah, she can offer you one.
I'm just gonna take it, ma'am, and then neck it, just straight from the bottle, not bothering to glass it.
She just goes, quite so, and does the exact same with her bottle.
Unfortunately, I took a grave injury that will dampen my sex life, and I show up my broken hand. Alcohol's the only joy I've got left.
Good lord. Oh dear. Inquisitor, guess I'm not anymore. Well, as they say in the Praetorian Guard, half in the belly, half in the wound, eh?
Quite right.
3 rounds a bloody minute.
Castranus would somewhat bitterly look around and just go, if you would have put half an effort of inebriation into resolving Luna, then perhaps we would not be here.
Oh, cut the shit, Fist. I was in a bloody prison cell for the entirety of Luna. What did you expect me to do? Being held by a custodian, do you expect me to bust out? Bring the blade of Baal to bear against loyal sons of the Imperium?
Loyal sons...
Maybe if you fought a bit harder, we wouldn't be in this situation. Same stupid argument applies.
Castranus would slam his fist onto the table at that. You demand of me that I fight my own chapter.
I demand nothing of you. You are not mine to demand. You were never my soldier.
Then that is why I will leave.
Very well. Do so with grace, then, Brother Castranus. And good luck to you, for I hope your chapter is more forgiving than the Inquisition.
I will
But I'm
do
not going
what
to
I can.
I am not going to sit here and beg you to stay.
And neither do I want it. My informing you was out of respect, but your inebriation clearly has you engaged.
She sighs and puts the glass down. I am tired, Brother Castranus. Constant failure. Since Avalos, we have lost, and lost again. There are such grand failings that go above your head, that go above the heads of all but myself and my brother. And before his death, the death of Castellus, if you must leave Castra, then you must, and I hold you no ill will. Like I say, I hope that your brothers of the Fists are kind to you. You have committed no sin, not at least as far as I can tell. But no one on this ship has committed a sin, and yet we are outcasts.
Castranus would lean forward at that. It would not be the first time that a member of high-rank Imperium state would better serve themselves than their emperor.
As you sort of lean in, she doesn't flinch back in the slightest. She looks at you and just goes, and that is exactly what I have fought against for so long. By all means leave, but don't do me the injustice of thinking I'm merely some inquisitor. I think I've earned a bit more than that.
You are not some inquisitor, Valerie Reid. You are an icon to inspire to. You are hated throughout your inquisitorial brotherhood, but you do so for what you think is right, and that is what has gotten us here today. What we have done to be right is not appreciated by those who would serve themselves. I leave not to vindicate myself, but I attempt to vindicate yourselves. Those Vox units would have captured our surveillance if I haul myself in front of my progenitor father and bequeath him listen to our Vox. Perhaps there is a chance that they will aid you, but I will not be as blind to admit that there is equal chance that I will lose my head.
He nods to you. Then I hope that the renowned stubbornness of the Fists is not true. Go with the Emperor, brother.
Castranus would go to leave and just turn back one last time. Whilst at Luna, I did not fire upon any of my brothers once. I barred the way, even whilst they shot at us to kill us. The renowned stubbornness of Imperial Fists is understated at best. I wish you good fortune.
She inclines her head, and to you, essentially.
I kind of just look at the wine. This wine is not bad. It's just kind of like, I'm also here between this argument.
As Castranus' huge frame leaves the room, Reid sort of, and then takes the glass and sits against the wall where it just shatters, full on Wobby when he's drunk style. Smashes it against the wall. Forgetting you're there, she screams and just doesn't stop screaming. And then she takes out the blade of Baal, and you see it ignites with red fire, and she just plants it in the floor, and she just goes,
I'm just gonna walk up next to her, set the wine down in front of her, grab another bottle for myself, chuck my badge onto the desk or table or whatever we're just hanging at. It's not been a good couple of days, has it?
She sort of looks at you and goes, "No." No, it hasn't. No, I apologize. I forgot you were there. Orn. No, as days go, not great.
Yeah, 12 hours ago, I had a lovely position serving the High Lord of Terror, and now I'm outcast. Things are nonplussed.
12 hours ago, a close personal friend, though turned hated rival, was killed and still alive.
And I apologize for the part I played in that.
She shrugs. Yeah, it had to be done. He was going to die one way or another, and put bluntly, I would have hoped his death would have garnered us a bit more time than this, but nope. Here we are, yet again on the run, fighting the good fight. She sort of sits down, not on a chair, she just flops to the floor. Do you know how old I am, Orn? How old are you? How old are you?
34.
34. I'd kill to be 34 again. I was young. I was hot. Sort of stupid shit Calliope wears is what I used to wear. And the stupid games I played were the sort of things that got people killed. And the stupid men I loved. The daughters I made with them. I'm 317, Orn.
Then I will pretend that you're 31.
She smiles and her face cracks with the smile. Do you know? No human is meant to live to 317. We're not made for it. Our bodies just shouldn't. We're disgustingly good at not dying. Something we've become very, very adept at. But it's wrong. It's not a good thing. We should die. You understand? We have no right to live. Not in this galaxy of horrors.
In truth, I imagine someone of your tenure would have become a lot more apathetic, as the Astartes do. The fact that you still show emotion, still feel anger, and in cases love, shows that you're at least still human.
Oh, let's not get into a topic of philosophy. 317 years, Rion, is an awfully long time to fail. To fuck everything up. I've waited 100 of those years for the Blackthrone to return. To look upon its... To look at what's on there again. The occupant. To speak to him again. And those that they guard. I've waited 100 years for the monsters under the bed to not be in my nightmares. They still are. Every time I look at Brother Aegis, I see them. Well, I see the light of them. I see the glowing, the green of their eye lenses, the green of their power weapons, the molten metal dripping like wax to the floor. And I hear his voice. The Sigilite's voice. The voice of a man the Imperium regards as the greatest hero. Malkador, the hero. Malkador, the bloody monster for what he made. I've spent a lifetime preparing for when it would come back, for when I know this grim darkness gets a chance to not be so grim. A chance at hope, a chance at redemption, a chance to save the damn day. 100 years, 2 generations. Heresy grows from idleness. But in my experience, heresy grows from a need to do something, Orm. I'm a traitor, I know that. I'm a heretic, I'm no fool. I know what I am. I have become the monster under the bed. Become the thing in the dark. And I'd hoped, by becoming that, I could defeat it. But I don't think the Imperium isn't ready for change, or the Imperium needs stagnation, like a drowning man needs water. If change is the Imperium's oasis of water, then the Blackthrone is the whiskey. It is the liquor that tempts it, that quenches first, but does not hydrate it. I have kept the secret as what awaits us for 100 years, only telling my own daughter once it became necessity. Kalis was with us there. Sahu too. I still see it. Orn. Of all my nightmares, that room, with it inside it, curled up. I can never. I'm still in that room. I don't know if I ever left.
Some things were not meant to be seen. Some things were not meant to exist, and you carry a burden greater than many on the ship will ever know. Your failures are as the Imperium. Our story is just failures told through success. And I think you've been spending a bit too much time with the Ardent Remora.
Barely any. I like them. They get it. They get what this universe is and what it's about. How I long to tell, Orn. I truly wish I could just get all of you in a room and just go, this is what it is. This is what we're up against. The world is doomed. The galaxy is going to burn. Primarchs return and it won't be enough. Nothing's going to be enough because the Imperium will devour itself. There is an Ouroboros ascendant. And there's nothing we can do. Because it is both. It is the Alpha and the Omega. It is the end that must happen to begin anew. But the Imperium cannot, will not accept that. Orn. How I wish to be free of it. And she looks at you, and in this moment, you see every. Sorry if I'm really getting into this. I really fucking am.
Keep going.
And you see every day of those 100 years etched on her face. She, in this moment, is not this magnificent Inquisitor. She is not the woman who danced alongside Castellus with a burning blade and carved through the Tyranids on Avalos, who came to back you up even though no other Inquisitor would. This is not the woman who in her youth danced like that scene from Zorro, does the full Catherine Zeta-Jones tango, with Castellus. This is not the woman who over a deck of cards could out-talk Kaelus, who could quickfire with Cadigan. This is an ancient woman who is tired to her soul. And she's talking to the only other human she kind of can. Cadigan is an equal. Cadigan is someone who she can't talk to openly, as much as she genuinely wishes she could. But Orn, put kindly, is a nobody.
Yeah.
She can vent. And she just says it. She doesn't tell you what it is. She just goes, I desperately wish to scream that this is what it is. Hang the consequences. Doom the galaxy. Let the Primarchs deal with it. It is their folly and the folly of their uncle. Referring to the Sigillite, not literally. That could get confusing. It is the end of the Imperium as we know it. It is the end of the 41st millennium as we know it. There will be no grim darkness. Be only the Blackthrone. The ambition of monsters who would claim it for themselves. And she sort of just sits back and rocks slightly.
I'm gonna grab the bottle of wine and hold it down to her. It's perhaps for just one night we should just be people and not worry about it. There'll be time for you to scream and yell at everyone, give orders and tell us what this monstrosity is. But for now, let's just have a drink.
She smiles. Tell you what it is. It is the most beautiful thing I have ever laid my eyes on. And it is the death and damnation of us all. I have committed so many sins, Orm. Hotan cloning tech. Do you know what I wanted to do with it? I wanted to implant an embryo in my own daughter. A clone. Impregnate her with a clone. Because for all her life, she's just been an asset. Something to use. A gift from the Emperor that was given to me by a foolish man on a foolish night. And then she joined the ranks. She served with the Oathbound Divers. She proved herself a member of Salvation, and I couldn't do it. I saw it there, the cloning tech, the taken from Redwood. And I left it to burn on Ursus. 17 years I planned on her being my legacy, on her being, well, my mother. Reincarnation. But love has made me accept death. That now, with Salus, must inevitably come. Of all my assets, of all my weapons in my arsenal, the most important one is the one I couldn't wield. Pathetic. And I think that's where I kind of want to leave the conversation. I feel that's the most important thing she has to say. You know? But she goes into a very deep, deep thoughtfulness. And Orn is the only person who knows what she planned to use that cloning tech for. A new life.
Just as a thing for absolutely everyone, the next time you see Orn, he is just like stone-faced, traumatized, hearing all of this. He's like, oh my god, I stepped into the wrong room.
It is a scary thing seeing an Inquisitor this broken. You know, these are the figures of power, you know, or absolute authority, and she's here admitting that she is a heretic, that she is a traitor.
I feel like if Aegis is going into the airlock, I'm joining him.
Welcome to Tattletales. We do pact and group suicides.
The first session in Tattletales RPG history where a TPK happened outside of combat.
Because the party was just so fucking depressed.
Lemming Friday, they called it.
Jesus. Hope that's a little bit of closure for some of you. So, who would like to go next?
Into the airlock?
Into the airlock, right?
Sounds like a
Come
great...
on in, the water's fine.
We just heard that really quietly from Cloud.
What would Brian say?
Come on in, the water's fine.
They were like, we just got an airlock jacuzzi going on.
Yeah, everyone's just lining up like, yeah, this is enough. You just throw the body of Longshanks Montgomery in there for good measure.
It's for your own good.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody else corrupted or depressed? Come on in.
So, the ship drifts through the void, silent. There is this eerie silence to it. Everybody is this broken husk, and try as she might, Reid cannot hide it. She doesn't leave her room or the officers' quarters for days, nearly weeks at a time, depending on how long this trip takes. She is joined by Calliope, briefly, but she cannot look Calliope in the eyes. She said out loud the thing she never wanted to ever say. And that has broken her deep down. She thought she was a woman with no holding back. Whatever gets the job done. And it turns out she does have a weakness. So, who would like to, you are roughly 1 hour away from the pilgrimage fleet.
I would need your assistance, Bob.
Go on.
I need you to play Cadigan for a while.
Okay. The airlock's looking spicy.
Because, hey. Yeah.
Coming on in, the water's fine.
It's getting a bit cramped in here.
Shut your damn whole mouth.
I have always loved you, Calliope. I've always loved you, Valerie. Finally, we can admit it.
It turns out, Valerie, you are the better Inquisitor.
Cadigan just goes into the officer's quarter, puts a sock on the door.
You were my Warhammer 40,000.
No!
Oh.
He's about to mount the Blackthrone. All right, moving on.
We got no.
That one's layered.
No. That saggy black hat. No. Anyway, need you to concentrate. I need you to play as Cadigan because Castranus is gonna basically tell him to, his fucking debt's fulfilled, he's fucking off.
So, would you like to roleplay that? We can cut away to Castranus' return if you wish, if everyone else is okay with that.
Yes. So the only thing I plan to do afterwards is between the meditation maintenance and the interrogation.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, lots to do. I love it.
Castranus would go to find Cadogan, and I think realistically, where Cadogan would find himself, Cadogan's a prick. He'd shove himself in the bridge.
Okay. So, with Cadogan on the bridge helping pilot, there are a number of communiques, and Tibbins... God, I forgot about Tibbins' token. Holy fuck. It's a real genre shift from what we just had. Tibbins goes... they sort of discuss a bit, and you are about an hour out, but in 40 to 30 minutes, a ship that has been identified as the Dreadspear is going to be docking with you.
Lord Cadogan, I require your attention.
Yes. Castellus? This is weird.
My debt to you is fulfilled.
I concur. And Sam. And he's sort of flexing his new bionic fingers.
My oath to never lay hands on my own chapter is ongoing, and at this point, whilst I honor our friendship, it must now take a less important role in my return to my chapter.
Friendship? Yes, I suppose that's right. I agree, Castranus. You are a fine and noble warrior of the fists. We are renegades, though it is not true that we are traitors. Understand, I am now High Lord of the Inquisition. It is only a matter of time until my claim, my rightful claim, is legitimized by this boy, Pontinius. Oh, sorry, what was his name? Pertinax. You have served me well, Castranus. Return now to your chapter in full honor, in full decree, and with my blessing and the thanks of the High Lord. Perhaps one day I shall return the duty and honor that you have done unto me.
I will attempt to petition my Primarch to watch the Vox feeds of Castellus's quarters. However, we are not a particularly thoughtful chapter. Our orders are and were to kill you. Mine are to kill you. And that is why I leave.
As you sort of move, Cadogan, one more thing, Castranus. A duty. A final order.
Speak it.
Serve well. Do the Emperor's work. Trust your gut.
That is why I am leaving, because nobody left behind will speak for us.
He inclines his head. Go with the Gimper's grace, Fist. I'm sure this will not be the last time we meet.
pray 'tis on the right side of my plasma cannon, High Lord Cadogan.
I certainly shall. I feel like Cadogan, whenever you played Cadogan, you've never let anyone else have, like, the last word. I feel like this could go on for weeks.
No, and it is absolutely true. Cadogan has a complex.
Cadogan sort of... I'm sure, should you wield your plasma cannon again within my presence, it will be at my orders.
You paid attention whilst I've been playing Cadogan. Fair.
Also, brother, you are leaving us. I must indulge with you one last thing. And he sort of moves close.
On Atras 7.
No, I was just going to tell you I have a massive dick, but do you remember that? I was drunk. Okay, anyway, I'm talking foot long. Starts to walk away. Also, and he leans in, I'm wearing ladies' knickers. And I stole them from Reid!
Active character defamation right now.
Tibbets takes his finger off the ship-wide intercom.
Tibbets turns. I'm wearing them too! Pokes his head out the door. Has anyone seen my knickers?
A just pokes his head in. Wait, you guys too?
Brother Hisrad in his vomit on feels a chafing in his chest.
Brother, the chafing hurts in here.
I didn't know Astartes could get crabs.
Oh, God.
Calliope goes, yes, she has had several venereal diseases.
And gotta catch them all.
With that, time passes, and I'm sure we will see Brother Castranus again. Because indeed he has rules already written in the Imperial Fist section of Warzone Blackthrone, so I'm not wasting that shit.
Although has now been redubbed Brother Chlamydia.
Brother Scratchy.
Brother Chlamydius.
Brother Syphilis.
Christ. He's definitely... Brother Syphilis is definitely Alpha Legion, right?
He played the AIDS card.
Only Liam gets to play the AIDS card.
Brother Syphilis is clearly an ultimate successor of Marine. Come on.
So, as you guys are sort of moving around, as Ryan, you are leaving the... As you are leaving where Callus has set up his med bay, you see being wheeled into the airlock Monteo, currently being drugged. And the airlock doors closed and the button pressed and he's just jettisoned into space.
I'm Monteo.
Whee! Perseus! But no, Castranus does depart. A lander shuttle moves away slowly from the Oath Martyr and slowly makes its way towards the Solar Fleet. To what end? Who knows?
If you would, Bob, because I know I've done a fair chunk of RP at the moment, but
No, sorry, that's what the session's all about.
It's what we DM'd about. I would like a brief word with Valadin.
Yes, absolutely, you can. You can find him. You'd find Valadin sort of in the Enginarium chatting with a pair of tech adepts.
Valadin, a moment of your time.
Is this Cadogan or Castranus? Sounds like Cadogan.
Cadogan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to move yourself across?
Underwear is chafing on me.
Do you have another pair? I can get them if you really need. But I'm going to have to up my prices.
Wait, you guys too? The Inquisitorial Alabama squad didn't like that.
Christ.
I just went straight to the source.
Oh, no!
Man's a dealer.
Make it stop, Emperor, please.
Somebody's going to start rolling corruption at this rate.
Oh, George, by the way, What do you think the Emperor's wearing?
Oh. No, he gifted them to Gulliman.
Oh.
Anyway, well, you find Vlad and talk to the Tedaps, and he goes, and he sort of says his piece to them, and he turns and he goes, "Ah, if it isn't the High Lord Karagan."
Yes, I appreciate, but I am High Lord of nothing, Valadin. You deserve the respect of being treated as an equal, if nothing else.
And I am Solar Marshal of nothing. Hardly,
Oh,
well, we're a pair of nothings, Karagan.
speaking of a master of nothing, Valadin, how did you get a hold of the Dread Spear?
I did not get a hold of it. I believe it has been... I am uncertain
My
as to
question is,
how, but
how did you get some communication?
I did not. A communication has arrived from the Dreadspear. They picked up on a servitor that had been dumped out of our airlock.
Ah, not what I had intended, but a far more welcome
That was you?
addition. Yes.
That is an incredibly stupid thing to do, Karagan.
Of course it is, as is apparently killing the High Lord of Terror. Yet here we are. Stupid decisions are one aplenty. We're currently on our way to speak with Corsairs. List them in order of importance, should you feel.
I more refer to randomly sending our position, our details, our location into the void at a whim. But it has come up trumps, and as such I can't gainsay a plan well conducted.
Well, that in and of itself, there is currently a plan in place to avoid certain combat situations. There are several servitors prepared with decoy emitters for our ship, so I am pleased it has worked out in our favor. The Dreadspear and its captain Ambrose is one that I have long since lost touch of. I hope that we are still as amicable as were.
I am unfamiliar with this Ambrose. I know of almost every ship in the Solar Fleet. But Ambrose the captain? I am not familiar.
Yes, the Dread Spear, Captain Ambrose Peregrinus, a very long-standing friend. A bit of a problem.
Inquisitorial.
Cards. Of course it is, but one safely in my pocket.
Then I am far from surprised that I have not heard of him. Getting awfully tired of Inquisitors.
I am tired of Inquisitors who serve no other purpose than themselves. Our purpose is to serve the interests of the throne and Imperium at large.
Do you speak of my sister?
No, I speak of the one that I serve.
Castellus.
And one that I hold a little confession to your sister in the future, but that is for now. The Dread Spear will be a valuable asset in the inevitable conflicts to come.
Indeed. Karagan, I know you and my sister have never always seen eye to eye. But I need you to understand, whatever she saw on Blackthrone changed her. That is not the girl I grew up with, playing regicide in our grandpapa's palace. She's broken. Whatever Valerie Reid is doing, I say this truthfully and wholeheartedly, she is doing for the betterment of the Imperium. I am asking you to trust her.
I feel you misinterpret me somewhat, Valadin. Though it
Perhaps
is
I have been known to make mistakes, and always have been glad to do so.
Your sister, Inquisitor Reid, fancies herself somewhat at this moment in time a sought-upon savior. And yes, I agree with her that the Blackthrone is best used to uplift the Imperium. But many a lord has lost their head in power. The same cannot be done for Reid. Imagine what can be done should an Inquisitor lose their mind with the power of Blackthrone. I'd like to take her down a peg or two, it is true.
Oh, speaking to the specialist there, and he gives you like a grin. When we were but children, I put a neuro whip in her bed. She went to sleep and got 50 volts through the bottom.
Cadogan would lean in. Fancy giving her a flashback?
He sort of looks, because if you hover over his token, he wields a whip, an electric. He looks at his electric whip and he goes, tempting. No, Papa beat me deeply for that one.
Papa is not on this vessel.
Papa died in an orc invasion. Slaughtered. We were the only two that got away.
As I say, he is not on this vessel. But realistically, I respect Reid more than I will ever admit to her or her daughter. Their heads are far too large.
Don't be so harsh on Calliope. My sister is a flawed creature of habit. But Calliope, well, unlike my sister, has a chance to be a decent person.
Your sister, given the opportunity, is a person, but she has designs that have gone on for far too long to let go of. So controlling the baser impulses by a jab or two will never hurt.
He shrugs and sort of, to each their own. To each their own. I fear we have a long journey ahead of us.
Far longer than initially anticipated, but one that I would be glad to do with a Solar Master.
And you, Cadogan. Reid, for all of your back and forth, has always spoken highly of you.
Don't tell her I thought highly of her.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Like I say, I desire not for her head to grow anymore.
This, what did you say the captain's name was?
Ambrose Peregrinus.
Ugh, sounds like a captain. This Ambrose, can he be trusted? What sort of character is he?
Implicitly, he is a no-nonsense man.
What?
He is a man...
Oh, I used no nonsense, I assume you said.
Yeah, it cut out and it sounded like he's a no-nonce.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Fucking hell, Liam, your character is layered.
He's been to Planet Epstein.
That wasn't in the backstory.
That is why he is in my pocket. I'm the only one keeping him out of...
God, get him away from the Armorium cherubs.
Oh, God.
What do you think every servitor on his vessel is?
Oh, God. It cut out, Liam, and it's straight up that he is a no-nonce.
No, he is a no-nonce. God. Never living that one down. What a way to introduce a new character.
Oh, I've got my suspicions about this guy.
Why does he have a retinue guard devotees of...
What's that
20
around his leg
names?
that's beeping?
Fuck's sake.
Oh god!
Emperor, give me strength to weather the storm.
I love how we can go from such wonderful RP between Ryan and like fucking Aegis, and then like Reid's depression, him outing his new character. It's fucking funny.
He is a man of the next generation. No, he is a no-nonsense individual, but he strives for the Imperium that was before the heresy. It has only been read about. He is
A man who indulges in mythology.
mythology is better than the current situation, I'm sure you would agree.
I would, but there are many who would consider that heresy.
We're currently heretics, go figure.
He smiles. Oh, well, you won't see me praising any other gods anytime soon.
Quite right. But no, he is loyal to a fault. And he has been an extraction since my first mission, at least. But no, he will assist us and will follow orders to the letter.
He nods. Good. Good. We need as many allies as we can get, though what are his feelings on Eldari?
What is any Imperial captain's feelings on Eldari?
Hang on, Kalim's messaged me saying he thought you were getting the Commodore's old ship back. That was never stated in... Right? Am I fucking up here? I swear that was just never a thing.
News to me.
Memory.
We never... You're going to the Conclave, which is the guys who have the Commodore ship, but at no point have we stated we're getting the ship back, right? I certainly wasn't planning on it. I have a ship that you're going to that's under a completely different name.
I'm gonna be for
Gilded
real.
Claw.
I wasn't focused on any of that currently because
Yeah, you're not getting the Commodore ship back. I don't
know,
believe so. I've never stated that.
I think that I don't know. Even if it does happen, it wouldn't necessarily hurt, because I believe that you mentioned at the start of this session with the new ship that it won't hurt to expand our forces.
Well, you can certainly have more than one ship. I'm more than happy for you guys to build a fleet. It's just the plan was never to get the Commodore ship back, as far as I'm aware. I just don't want to contradict myself.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Unhelpful. I don't believe it was. I don't believe it was ever stated. You are going to the people who have the Commodore ship, but it was never said you were going to get the Commodore ship back. I certainly haven't planned for it. You're going to go nick a new ship. That was the mission I had planned.
To back up Kalim here, I think that nicking a new ship, I think that where his old ship could have been mentioned.
Oh, fair. No, there's stuff on the new ship that isn't on the Commodore's. However, I am a big fan of a subplot once we get there of you guys nicking the Commodore ship back. That'd be hilarious.
Heist.
Absolutely. I'm down for you guys building a fucking fleet. Like, straight up, I'm down for that. I think that could be a very funny plot.
But yeah, the Cadagon's response would have been, what is any Imperium captain's thoughts on Eldari?
Good. Well, that bodes well.
Orders are orders, and as I have said, he will follow them to the letter.
Indeed they are, but orders not always are to be followed. When you first arrived in Solar, my orders from the good Lord Castellus were to have you blown out of orbit. Quietly, before you even got past Pluto. but you arrived with such a hullabaloo, demons and ardent remora and all such things, that I thought I'd best give it a minute.
Well, fortunately or not, Valadin, it's fortunate that he follows my orders.
Aren't we all? Any more for this interaction?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that I'm going to need, given the thingy a couple of hours ago, I'm going to need to do some like background generation on him and
that's
Valadin.
fine. That's fine. It doesn't need to be much. Valadin just knows everyone in the Solar Fleet because, like, he is the head of the Solar Fleet.
Yeah, I just have no idea on how I know him.
You don't. I've already stated as Valadin that he doesn't know this particular captain, so keep it chill. Like, don't stress it.
No,
like, he just knows every vessel in the fleet. He's an admiral, but he doesn't know every captain personally.
Fair. No, we're good on that. We're good.
Yeah,
Then.
that worked.
Yeah.
So, I'm just making a note that I need to plan a ship heist for the Commodore. Right. In that case, is there anything else we want to do? Yes, because we need to take our break, but... Yeah, shall we come to George for next? And we'll do the interrogation, and then we'll take break, and then we'll have the new ship arrive.
Radio, Skip.
Sound good?
Okay.
Yep.
So, George, with only an hour or two to go, you know that, you've got time, essentially, before you've got to get on the next vessel. But with an hour or two to go, Kalis brings the Fallen, the Dark Angel, into a light slumber, which he begins to awaken from, his helmet removed, revealing a bald head, tattooed with the symbol of the Caliban Jaegers over the left temple. No signs of corruption, no bony protrusions, anything like that. But he is unable to move. His armor is powered off, and the drugs that he is on from Kalis keep him groggy. But a few minutes go by before... Where am I?
Right, kind of like looking at this awakening Fallen's like, you're on a ship. You're moving away from Lunar.
Why do I live?
I intend to keep my word to you for what I said. You will be meeting the Primarch.
I am your prisoner.
Perhaps. But it doesn't have to be such a case. I will be perfectly upfront with you, brother.
I am no brother of yours, Angel.
And what, in any sense, is that the case? You and I both know the truth.
The truth?
Are you not made aware the weapon you wielded, where it was from? Surely you're not that blind.
His Parax?
Yeah.
Was it a fin?
It was a of Caliban make.
Oh, yes, it is a... Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were going with.
Yeah, sorry.
He sort of... You see his fist attempts to clench, his fingers twist. What is it to you, Angel? Have you ever stepped foot on Caliban? Have you ever walked those hallowed halls?
There's always the rock. What is left?
A shard of a sword. A chip of armor. It is no Caliban. And as such, none that are born from it are angels of darkness. Do not kid yourself. You are no first legionary.
Ryan kind of like for a moment, so he ends up. There's nothing to actually like kind of sit beside him or anything like that. So it's very clear that he's within like reaching distance of him. They're very much within the reaching distance of each other. Perhaps I may not be born from Caliban itself, but I very much insist that I embody that of the chapter of what the First Legion is and always will be.
What is that? You insist upon something you do not know of. What is your interpretation, brother?
We are the First Legion, the one of which all others came after, a almost mimicry of what we once were. We served the Emperor and we served the Lion, with no question, with no doubt.
His head slowly shakes. Oh. The arrogance of the first. Aye, we are the first. The Rangicides, the Rangian heresies, the exterminators, the sons of the Lion. How we scorned our cousins. How we looked down upon the feral wolves. How we sparred words with the sons of Fulgrim and their ilk. We were always better. But we are a broken legion, Brother Rhine. You are a confessor, a chaplain. But of what? Of faith? Of faith in a man who never wanted to be a god? You are a fallacy and a damnable one too. You are nothing but a child playing games, mimicking being a legionary.
Do you truly think so low of me to think that I would cast away the truth of which we've been taught? No. I let you live because I wanted to give you the chance at redemption. I wish to see you return to us. I wish to see you fighting alongside our Primarch once more.
The redemption was to be at the hands of a High Lord. Someone with the authority, with the benediction, the empathy to understand everything. A man who knew of pain and suffering and torment, who knew of the hell of the loss of brothers. A representative of the God Emperor, of your God Emperor, was to be my redemption. Somebody worthy of my respect. And that has been taken from me. And I see none aboard this vessel who were his equal.
There was little point in killing you, even as you spew these words of utter devotion to a man who saw nothing but tools.
If that is what you thought of him, then you are as blind and as arrogant as I suspect you are.
But it was not me so arrogant as to think it was a... Well, let's just say, I was not one making the decisions that day. And perhaps if I took a more forward approach, things would have been different. We could have spoken sooner.
Did you have a hand in it, Chaplain? He straight up cuts you off. Did you have a hand in killing Harkon Castellus?
You were my focus.
But after I fell, after my mind left my body and the darkness took me, tell me true, I will know if you lie. Did you have a hand in his death?
I was gonna be like, you got to this as a perspective of honesty. He doesn't think he had a hand.
That's fair enough. Say that then.
No. Honest to my word. Once you were defeated, all I wanted.
He physically flinches as you say defeated.
As you... The fights anything that came after was merely in the defense. Servitors, those were at most of what I've slain. Maybe a Lucifer Black who thought he could take a shot at me. No.
That is good. I know what you are trying to do. My brother... My brother, who has yet eluded you, told me of your kind. Interrogator. You wish me to repent. I already repented to a man greater than you. Had you slain Harkon Castellus, this would be over. There would be no hope for what you wish to achieve, for I would vow vengeance upon you. I would return, in whatever form the warp gave me, and hunt you as you hunted me. But you have not, I see that in your eyes. And for that I will speak with you. But I am no sinner. My sins I laid in the body of Harkon Castellus, the man who redeemed me. And the only man I served. Since him. And he sort of spits out the word him with deep anger. Do you know why I loved Castellus so much?
Perhaps he spoke to your character.
Not mine, brother. Not my character. The man you helped kill. The man who lies dead on Terra's holy soil. He reminded me of our father. And you and your friends killed him.
Perhaps you are right. I'm not so blind to think that there were mistakes were made, regrets made. I have my focus is to the duty of the chapter, and that in itself is a arrogance that only the most... I have not had such views since Captain Lazarus.
Behind his head. Fifth Company, eh? Then we are closer aligned than we think. I was Fifth Company.
Most within that know of the hunt think that being an interrogated chaplain means to inflict pain upon one's own. Well, it's just to draw out the truthful blade and suffering. What does it truly mean to repent to you, brother? What is it that you think that I will do?
Pain is not your answer, Brother Ryan. I can endure pain. I have sinned. I have sins to admit to. You desire a story, a narrative. You want to know why I turned traitor? Why I turned my back on the Imperium? Is that it? What could bring me to such madness as that?
Ever observant to both duty to my role, and also I wish to know why. You are but the spitting image of our Primarch. What could... No. It's...
Let me think, what does he want? That's... What does he want? He's eager to speak now that his vow's silence has broken. He wants to sort of half confess, half poison in that sense. You
say, I've got something.
Go on. Yeah, it's tricky because I think like the obvious ones are like returning to the Legion, meeting the Primarch. But I also want him to like... He's quite a conniving character. He wouldn't give you everything on a plate. He would want to make you keep coming back, you know?
Essentially, he wants the return visits.
Yeah, he wants talk, but he wants you to like have to work for it, you know?
So, how you spoke of the loss, to truly lose a brother.
Indeed.
In exchange, I will tell my story, and you tell yours. A secret between two brothers.
He inclines his head. You have lost. When I say to truly lose, I mean truly body, soul. My brother was the greatest of us. A Legion champion of unparalleled skill and honor. And yet I hunted him like a dog across the stars. Tell me your story then, brother. I will hear it.
You are familiar with the Death Watch. You are at the very least familiar with...
I have heard of it since the War of the Great Beast. I know of its existence, I
was put into a kill team. One individual, one brother that I grew to respect. His name was Brother Fafnir.
A wolf by any chance?
The very same. He, stubborn, arrogant, almost made me want to hit him with my chain blade. But
sounds about right.
he was the only one who I could tell about this mission, this hunt that I ever so dogmatically pursue with such fervor that I only wish to be beaten by it with Asmodai himself. But little did even the very inquisitors, the brothers that surround us knew that, haven't given the chance, I would have traded everything to have him back. But such a cost was too great that even the archenemy thought that they could manipulate me with it. So you speak of loss, though perhaps in some way I've not truly lost him. But his body died on Avalos. His soul was manipulated by the archenemy, and his memory, ever closer, is fading.
He inclines his head. We are all brothers in our own chapters and legions. But there is a deep loss of a brother found amongst another legion. I hear your pain, Brother Ryan.
But my pain is but temporary. It is but a mere chapter in my story. Now yours.
He inclines his head. My brother was no wolf, but a wolf to our enemies, perhaps. This was during the time of heresy. He was a champion of our legion. Faster than all bar perhaps the great Corswain. I hope our chapter has remembered his name at least.
Honored and revered.
My brother was of such magnitude that had he not fallen, his name would be up there alongside that of Corswain, Asmodai, you said, and others, Zarafiel, and more aside. He sort of sits up slightly, his muscles are burning, but he doesn't like looking up at you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The time of heresy was a time of brother against brother. It saddens me how easy we have become with killing fellow Astartes. It was not easy back then. And I think, if I may, can I do something a little cinematic here? Can we, fade to black and have it, fade into, a vision of the heresy and I describe it like a film?
I can people down for it.
So, you would see, as it fades in from black, you see forests of Caliban. You see these, the trees expanding, and you see these three figures walking through the trees, armoured in black. The monsters around them hold bay. One carries a sort of heavy sword that Ryan would have recognised as Nightfall, this relic weapon. Ryan would have recognised this central figure, of course, with the pointed facial hair, the black hair, the beautiful charisma, this is Luthor, the lion, the lion's hand. To the right of him, a spitting image of the lion, would be Solus here. This vision of sort of the lion. Back when he had hair, it's got the lion's mane, right?
Yeah.
The three of them are stood in a clearing in the center of the forests of Caliban, armored fully. You can see that the third one, the sort of red check shoulder pad of the Dreadwing, helmet still on his face, with sort of a shortened gladius at his side. More akin to the sort of weapon you'd see amongst the Ultramarines. And they're in some sort of conversation as Luthor looks at the stars and goes, "It is inevitable our father will return. And when he does, they will fall upon us like water cascading from cliffs." And you see Solus steps forward. "Then should we not return into the fold, my lord? The lion sent us away, but he may need us once again. The Liberius, at least, if the rumors are true. Then there are creatures within the warp, within this forest. We must arm ourselves against such monsters." And you hear the third Dark Angel step forward and go, "Brother Solus, is foolish, my lord. To turn against the warp is to turn against ourselves. We are creatures of the warp, created by a power higher than our own, and now higher than bows, powers upon high. Offer us freedom. Offer us our own chance at and you see Solus begins to bring out his sword and he goes, "Be careful, brother." And he goes, "No, brother, I am not speaking of aligning ourselves with these demons, to use the term the Jaegers have wielded so recklessly, but to control them, to dominate them, to empower them. We could return to the lion as but the manticore, as emboldened." And Luther holds up his hand. "Enough, child. Champion, you are young and reckless. Swift with a blade, but not swift with tongue, perhaps. We cannot tame such power." And he sort of inclines his head to Solus. "When the lion returns, see it that you are ready to greet him. See it that you are our diplomat, Solus, that you would speak with him on our behalf." And Solus sort of, "My lord, that would require me to leave now. I will not be able to counsel you." And Luthor goes, "My brother, I believe I am capable of taking my own counsel. Go. Make sure that you are the first he meets." And Solus sort of walks away, looking back at the two figures. As with the second figure, the champion, head just tilts ever so slightly, and then turns to speak to Luthor, sort of in the classic whisper in the ear, the influence. "But what if things go wrong? Should we not at least have something in our back pocket? We have the Liberius. At least let them drink deep, my master of Caliban." And Solus describes to you how this figure spoke to Luthor, and how more and more in the weeks that passed, Luthor's ear was turned to him. Others would counsel similar. The great Zaphael, who you guys would know eventually becomes the Lord Cypher, would also counsel caution against the lion's wrath. But none more so voiced the need for weapons than this Legion champion. And eventually the day would come where Solus is stood aboard the prow of his own ship, going to meet the lion. And he is struck dumb. His words and vox is intercepted. The diplomat is unable to speak. And he angers the lion. He insults him, and Solus is baffled as his brothers look upon him with absolute horror as he insults the lion, calls him a thrice-cursed traitor, a traitor to Caliban. But these words never left Solus's mouth. But they did leave the mouth of another who wielded his brother's vox commands as his own. And Solus eventually would fight on Caliban, on both sides. He would fight against the lion who came to kill him. He would fight against the defenders of Caliban, who ousted him as a bootlick. And eventually he would disappear into the stars, vowing vengeance not on Luthor, not on the lion, but on the man who intercepted his comms, on the man who pushed Luthor into the hands of chaos, who just tipped the balance so slowly. You see Solus sharpening his blade, his axe, the axe that was given to him. To my brother of brothers, to my liege and friend, may our words ever be spoken softly, and our deeds brutally. Compadre and Kelleclast. And that's all you get out of him for now.
Okay, I gotta bounce off that. Alright, let's not do this.
Good luck.
That Legion champion is Ankeliclast.
So, or would you want to leave it there?
No, by all means continue. But that's all, like, he doesn't tell you any more of the story.
Yeah. A good a start as any. But our goals are aligned. That much is certain.
How so?
The loss of my brothers, the kill team that I was sent with. Though, yes, it was by the hands of Xenos filth. If you are aware of the Tyranids, an ever-present threat.
I know of them.
They were but a start of a greater threat, a traitor, the one who exposed the secret of my chapter to the very brother that I called my closest ally. That one was Ankeliclast.
He pauses as you say that. He lives.
And I hope to correct it.
He lives. I fought him slain on Terra. I fought him slain on the War of the Beast. He fled Caliban when Luthor's ire turned on him, realizing what he had done. He threw in his lot with the 14th Legion. With the damned guards and sons of Mortarion. I thought him dead after the war with the orcs.
He lives and has been invigorated by the very creatures that we have fought against. The very corruption we ought to disdain.
You would also know, George. The War of the Beast, where Ankeliclast disappeared, is also the foundation of the Death Watch.
Okay.
Like, the Death Watch was formed during the War of the Beast, or as a consequence of it. And of course, Ankeliclast was hiding in the Death Watch. That's how he got into Reid's kill team.
Okay. Do I know that information?
Yes, because Ankeliclast knows what's on the Blackthrone because he was part of the kill team that got on it.
Yep. He was a rat scurrying and hiding. Fought seemingly under the guise of the Imperium. But a wolf in sheep's clothing, as they say. And then
My oath to my lord Luthor is not done. Luthor desired the death of Ankeliclast before the end. I shall see it done.
what do you know of? Of course, you made such an oath to Luke himself, but what can you tell me? He was named Arch Traitor, the usual of what you would be expect from one side. But this is a chance, son. What was he like?
He turns his face away from you. He was magnificent. He fought for Caliban, for the Legion. He was no traitor. The traitor was the lion who sent us away. He was the tide that washes away failure. He was our chapter master before we ever had one. Aye. And this is where it's like you can't get everything out of him. You've pushed him But I think the instincts Ryan has shows either start torturing and break this bond you've built, but potentially get answers, or call it quits for now and come back to it later.
I was like, ever the most odd of my kind. It seems I have duties elsewhere, but...
He inclines his head. May I... You owe me nothing, Angel. But may I make a request? Humbly.
I would incline his head.
I have nowhere to run to, and I am broken in body and spirit, and have no wish to fight. But I do despise my prison of a body used against me. Please, have the apothecary take me off these drugs. You may take my axe, you may take my armor, keep me under surveillance, but do not make me a prisoner of flesh. I fear I may end up like that insane one. And you can hear, fucking Isai in the corridor. I love to eat my dick. Walking around.
Can I incite him in the idea? Is this coming from a point of deceit, or is this desperation?
Make an insight check.
Any particular DM?
I'm about to find out for you. This will be DN 4.
Yeah, 4. Thank you. I will shift.
Nice. It's neither. Desperation would be a desperate need to escape. Can't escape, nowhere to go. Deceit? This doesn't feel like deceit. He is a proud man, a proud soldier. Being trapped in his own body and essentially being helpless is a fate worse than death.
I look at let's say. Though I will take your weapon, I will not strip you of your dignity.
My thanks. It is a fine axe. Wield it, if you wish. It is just a power axe.
Yeah, give us time yet.
He inclines his head in a nod. Very well.
Could I perhaps offer him to meditate with the rest of the Astartes?
Holy fuck! That's a huge offer. That's borderline forgiveness.
It's not. It's more like Ryan. I wouldn't say it's like entire forgiveness on his part, but it's more. It's a demonstration that Ryan doesn't feel that hatred.
No, which is good. I think from his character perspective, thinking of how Solus is, you don't need an insight check. You get the feeling he would decline. He is not ready for that yet. You would essentially be offering a form of brotherhood. That's not something he is ready for. You have, you've fully Danny DeVito'd him. You've opened me up, man.
Yeah.
I'm broken. You have broken him down. I have pain points for him. And you went straight for the fucking jugular with Luthor. So I don't think he's ready for that. He would decline at this point in time.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. I don't know, was it a good thing with the jugular?
Oh, absolutely. You got what you wanted.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, no. If it seems that he would decline, I don't think it'd be quite time to make an offer of meditation. Just
probably wise.
But this will be a return. There'll be a return.
Interesting. Okay. Ryan sort of leaves the room where Kalis nods. Obviously didn't listen to the conversation, but agrees to reduce the dosage. Do you trust him, brother?
Of course not, but there is a burning hatred for our enemies that yet still burns bright within him. I would not see him tortured, nor would I see him suffer purely for some confession of sins that we already know that he's outward with. There's no point in that.
He nods. I am glad. I truly hate the idea of torture happening within my quarters.
He has been stripped of his weapon. He will keep his armor, but do keep him under surveillance.
At all times, of course. Congratulations, brother. Good luck.
You've been most helpful, Kalis.
Kalis nods and sort of as you leave as well, it's clear where you're coming from, though obviously not everyone knows why. I don't think he says anything, but you do just get a nod from Sahu. Like, respect. Doing your duty despite everything. Respect. So, with Ryan departing to rejoin, is there anyone wants to quickly do before we take our break?
I'm good.
Other than any kind of endeavors, I'm good to take
Okay.
a break.
In that case, let's take our break. We will take 15 minutes and be back at past. Sound good?
Yep.
I have fresh popcorn from Wifey. Life is great. Alright. We will be right back. we are once again live. So, as everyone is indulging in various forms of therapy across the ship, be it the alcoholism of Valerie Reid, or be it the sort of diligence of Rhine, or the depression of Orn and some of the others, an alarm begins to blare through the ship. Augustus reaches where sort of the chapel where the majority of you are. Brothers, we are about to be boarded. I come with advice from our captain, who is sober and awake, that it is perhaps wise if the humans gather to greet the boarding members of the Dreadspear. It would appear that they are not quite used to Astartes.
At least time is now.
Just a chance for some human characters to have some fun. Just also not a great idea to throw the Astartes at them. So if everyone would like to assemble here at the Ascension elevator, or next to it, we'll have all the Astartes back down the corridor in like an honor row for them. And Monteo is wheeled out.
I am trapped in a room with Valerie Reid.
Nice. Door does open.
Worse fates.
Yeah.
Check his underwear.
A heavily hungover, tired Valerie Reid.
That probably will help.
What's wrong? Where are you?
Right there.
No.
That was Ripley.
You should be able to get through. There's no wall there.
There was one here.
Yeah, there's one there, but the door's up here.
I didn't see that.
There you go. Learn to navigate your ship. Alright, there's Cadogan. Bring him down.
Unfortunately, some of us have to walk. We can't transubstantiate through walls.
Well,
Somewhere Nemeth just goes, bitch.
T-poses.
Well, sadly, I had to look at my traumatics to see if I had a missing eye. Sadly, I cannot blame it on my half-blindness. So,
I've got a broken hand. I can't work door handles.
in all fairness, in the update Shifa Gently, I have thankfully repaired the the missing limbs. It was hella costly, though.
Yeah, we will have Calliope down here with Uncle and Mum. Mum, who was going to turn her into a clone carrier. Not a great mum. So, on the holographic viewports and docking screens, you see an enormous starship dwarf the Oath's Martyr, at least triple your size. An absolute behemoth of the void. Gun batteries that could tear you apart in a matter of seconds. A 4-mounted solar pattern graviton cannon designed to create singularities to take out, basically a Nova cannon is what it is. Big fucking Nova cannon. This is an Overlord class battle cruiser. This thing can take on Retribution class relatively comfortably. As a docking umbilical slams into the rest of the ship, you hear the marching of feet. The door begins to open. And Liam, who would you like to see on the other side?
As in Ambrose's first view.
Mm-hmm. Who do you see as you enter this ship, Ambrose, with nothing but a docket of command that you're to take on, to take on these refugees, essentially, to get them out of the system? You've never disobeyed an order, and certainly have never countermanded one of this particular seal. But tell me your first impressions. For context, you can't see the Astartes yet. We'll say that this is closed.
I would say more likely it would be Cadogan, it would be Reed's, and both certainly the captain.
Yeah, as sort of the initial greeting party.
Yeah.
Let me drag the captain over here. He's still on the sofa.
Because I would suspect that he'd probably wake up at this.
He's been sobered up, yeah. Okay. You sort of stop a little short of these three. Cadigan you recognise, of course. Various rays. You also recognise Valerie Reid as someone of particular interest to your endeavours. You don't recognise the captain, but frankly you don't care to.
Well. What have I happened upon here? A servitor in the middle of segmentum solar space. To what do I owe the pleasure of an accused heretic, Valerie Reid?
She sort of twitches slightly. Am I playing Cadigan?
If you please.
Yep. Cadigan sort of steps forwards. Address me, please, Ambrose. Inquisitor Reid is an accused heretic, but not confirmed heretic.
Yes, I am well aware, Cadigan, and it is very good.
I thought Cadigan was your superior. Like, this guy is subservient to Cadigan.
Yeah, he is.
Cadigan moves forwards and goes, "You will address me as High Lord."
And that is why I am here.
Indeed.
You require assistance as the whelp currently sits on that particular throne, my lord.
We require assurances, Ambrose. Assurances and subtlety. In the past, you have always been able to provide both. Today, I hope you'll do it again.
This is why I am here. The servitor has been picked up from space. It was not hurtling towards, I assume, its intended destination. There is far too much activity of the Imperial Fists and those loyal to the whelp.
The whelp, as you call him, is currently acting, High Lord. My claim will be recognized. Sooner or later, my claim is valid. My claim is just. Serve me, Ambrose, as you have served me before. Body and soul, spirit and honor, and I shall see you well rewarded. But understand, I intend to embark on a far more dangerous journey than one that is matter of pure vengeance. We have not need of just you, but we have need of your ship, your men, your crew, all of it.
Ambrose would twitch a little bit on the sides of his face and snap his fingers with the 24 guards coming in.
Your personal guard, by the way. Most of your crew would be considered Imperial Guardsmen. Your personal guard, the Dreadspear Voidsmen, are buffed. They are Voidsmen at Arms. They have slightly better stats.
Thank you.
But they fill the room. All of them wearing this Harumara armor of sort of Lemlar pattern design. Still just flak armor, but much more sort of ornate. I think you can see from the stylization of what I'm going for here. They sort of move in, these grinning ghoul masks, as they sort of ready las guns. And you see Reid sort of reaches for Baal's blade, but Cadigan goes, "There's no need for any of this. You're a loyal man. Let's not make any foolish decisions."
Not at all. There are no foolish decisions here, my lord. And he would take one knee. You are High Lord of Terror.
Damn right.
And he would instruct his men to do the same.
The men instantly drop down. Cadigan steps forwards. "Then let this be the beginning of a new chapter. It is decreed that I am High Lord of the Inquisition, and the Inquisition works in the shadows to enlighten the truth. And there is but one truth, and that is that of the Emperor. The Emperor has decreed that we claim the Blackthrone and its contents, and he sort of gives Reid some seriously bombastic side-eye. What we do with that contents is still a matter for debate. But we have called upon you, Ambrose Peregrinus, for you have the strongest vessel in this sector. And we need your guns, for we fly to Pandoric, for we seek the Orc trader, and we take the fight for the first time since all of this madness began. We are no longer going to be recovering. We will not be recuperating, nor shall we be on the back foot. Let my first decree as High Lord be a simple one. We take the fight to the enemy.
As you command.
Indeed.
However, the whelp will prepare.
The whelp will come, and when he does, we will kill him as we did his father.
Very good. But
Now,
from what I have heard, at least, it will be wise to heed the counsel of Valerie Reid. If, as you say, Lord, that the accusation of heresy is incorrect, why we are here, of course, that you all hold something that the Imperium at large resists. So it is wise that we all band together and stop this madness from spreading.
I concur. Allow me to introduce your new High Lieutenants. This is Inquisitor Valerie Reid. Somewhat self-explanatory what she's doing here. This is Longshanks Montgomery Tubbs. Quite frankly, I don't know why he's here. But I love him and I would kill him. Kill for him. To my...
his underwear.
Little slip up.
I'll find slip up for you. Don't worry, Tubby. He turns. Over my right shoulder, you will find Arbites Orn Bask, a long man, and would serve finely aboard your vessel as a bringer of justice, provided your enforcers do not need any help. Next to him, in the wheelchair and with the attitude, is Monteo Krell, a Katakan jungle fighter who has personal relations with Astartes. How he achieved these relations is a matter of extreme debate amongst the Ordo Scriptorum, one that has resulted in several mass shootings. Over my left shoulder is he.
God damn it.
You gave me Katagan! You played him as a massive mega bitch, and I will provide.
I know you're DM, but you're fucking banned moving forwards.
Over my left shoulder is Calliope Wren. She's pretty chill, you'll get along with her. Behind her is her uncle, Valadin Reid. He kind of just showed up at some point, to be honest with you. But next to them is the man, the myth, the legend, who requires no introduction, Trooper Ripley, and his friend Gently.
Oh yes, the true High Lord. The true High Lord.
But
It's like I think all the fucking pesticides where Parade stands.
all of them fucking salute. Jokes aside, he introduces each member of the party, but then he goes, unfortunately, We have been joined by a number of assets to the Imperium. You are no stranger to adversity. Attention! And you see like all of the soldiers stand and salute. Watchmaster Sahu Soro. Interrogator Chaplain Reid, Dark Angels 5th Company. Apothecary Kalos of the Red Scorpions. Honored Brother Aegis of the Iron Hands Clan Tenbara. Some fucking dude we picked up. Cool. A black shield we picked up. Brother Isai Menwes. For some reason we now call him Shiban Cress. I don't get it either. An actual Xenos called the Commodore, skipping on quickly to Arik Ven, and a Grey Knight of the brother Darius Fool. I think that's everyone. If anyone would like to introduce themselves to the new character.
Don't forget Hisrad.
And, we also have a Dreadnought.
Don't forget Beta. Forget Beta.
Yeah, there's a lot of NPCs.
Grimly.
Oh yes, no, Grimly's already on your ship. I believe he's taken command.
You've got Tibbins.
Shoots himself.
Benjamin Thorshold.
Yeah, okay, there's a lot of people on the ship. He introduces everyone eventually. It takes a solid hour.
Stormtrooper.
Tibbins is dead.
Stormtrooper. My lord, it is a pleasure.
Cunningham does the full like alphabet song. We've got Blackfield right and does the whole thing. And a fun film of Avalosser.
Wow.
Wow, Mr. Bond.
Wow, Mr. Bond. But yes. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, we was given a chance to introduce our characters.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
Gently, with said intentionally. Pleasure to meet you, Captain. It is good to see someone of your caliber willing to help us out. Yes.
A rarity currently, gently, but one that I hope will spread. Currently sat on the High Lord's throne will make allies, but a great many enemies in time, limited as that will be. As long as we have troopers such as yourself, we should be fine.
You hear Ripley quietly just goes, damn nice to see the brass doing something for a change.
If I was to put in a bit of a request, sir, that you care to listen.
Speak it.
Only my friends may call me by Gently. For now, may you please call me Sergeant.
Very good, Gently.
Fuck's sake.
Ripley takes the safety off his last gun. You don't backtalk Gently while Ripley's there.
So fucking Gently puts the gun down sorry. Not yet, Ripley.
Say the word. Say the word, sir. He's got a big fucking head. Sniper's dream.
Slowly puts knife back in.
Look,
you've got almost as many devotees, don't you, George?
I've got a squad of devotees.
Yeah, a full squad of melters and shit is raised. Let's not turn this into a fucking tabletop game.
Yes. Don't worry, we could park a Valkyrie on that thing.
Don't need a Valkyrie, sir. Just need one good shot.
Ambrose Tactical Cogitators, open fire.
Oh, shit.
He's got fancy swag.
They're wounding on 5 hups.
But yeah, no, that was actually just a quip I didn't fucking make.
Ripley quickly takes out his character sheet and ups his toughness and puts it away. All right, let's go.
So, very good, Sergeant. Gently. For now it is.
Thank you very much, sir.
Point of order, sir. If you're a sergeant, sir, doesn't that mean you need to pick a first, is it a lieutenant? First colonel? What's fucking Jonesy in Dad's army? Lance Corporal. Do you not need a Lance Corporal, sir? Just a thought.
Ripley, was it ever in doubt who I was going to pick? Clearly it was going to be Stuart.
Listen, Listen, gently. I love you to bits, but if you fucking promote Stuart, I'll sacrifice you to the dark gods myself.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
As my authority as Captain, I grant Monteo Krell field promotion to the lance corps.
With all respect, Captain, fuck off.
Can't open that.
God, I've missed the back and forth. The two, I love the concept of it. All of this, you've just got the two straight men. You've just got the two like down to earth regular dudes. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I had to like when I was making it, I was like, all right, so Ripley's probably got like what was his weapons? What weapons did you reckon he had?
I thought we both just had hotshot. Oh, you had a long las and I had the hotshot las. No, you've got the hotshot volley gun. Ripley has got just a las gun.
To be fair, I did take Specialist Weapon Trooper melter gun, so if you want to give him the melter.
Sure, I'll stiff it on Ripley, why not?
Ripley, the Astartes killer.
Brace yourself. He's got the trait Astartes eater.
We used to eat gravel back on Avalos.
God. So.
I hear they had the best gravel.
So.
Ambrose would kind of look to Orin and go, who is this?
As you look at Orin, you just see that he is incredibly haunted right now.
You can see it on him. It's imprinted in his face.
This is a man who has aged 100 years in an hour.
God.
From one conversation. And all you get from him is, as he's trying not to have a mental breakdown right now, or an existential crisis.
A trooper having a crisis. Not unknown, but we will move forward from there.
Oh,
and
dear.
what is this? Inquisitor Reid, is it? What is this?
Yes, it is.
Rather vegetable-looking Catachan.
That's what remains of Monteo Krell.
Yes,
He's currently. I am aware he is currently drooling into his noodles.
Fuck's sake! I'm trying to be serious.
Really? You just called him a vegetable. Listen, Monteo is perhaps one of the most devout members of our coterie. He is currently in day 37 of his one man's performance of the Emperor.
I'm trying so fucking hard.
I'm sorry, but for anyone, like even like a remotely officered person, I'm assuming that they would call Monteo Krell a vegetable at this point, because he's a potato.
In all seriousness, I'll have her respond and go, you would be wise to show some respect to the Catachan. That is Monteo Krell. He has survived far more than anyone ever should survive, and let us pray he continues to do so.
May the Emperor's will be with him.
Indeed. He is not ready to be awoken just yet. He slumbers. Once we are capable of providing him with the augmetics he needs, then perhaps he can return to the fold. But that requires Kaleem to make requisition checks, so he needs to be here for that.
Quite right. Transfer him across to the medical facilities that we have aboard the Dread Spear. They're not anything fancy, but they will do.
Of course, I strongly recommend speaking your medics with our apothecary Kalis. He is more than capable and willing to help in any way. And Kalis inclines his head. It would be an honor to serve aboard your vessel, Captain. And again, don't forget you are a human surrounded by Astartes. There is you've probably only encountered Astartes at best twice at once before. Like, it's not a common thing.
The Dread Spear is at your disposal, angels, as it always will be across the Imperium. Make use of it as you see fit. Please do not abuse any of the facilities. although they are always at your disposal.
Sahu will step forwards with that. I offer thanks for your grace, Lord of the Void. It is a welcome comfort in these most trying of times. We have a destination if you are willing to provide the journey.
Destination? Your current trajectory puts you towards Saturn.
Indeed.
Sorry, Uranus.
Indeed, we are soon to be scouting the rim of Uranus, but we will be delving deeper after this, once we have left the solar system.
Get fucked. Delving deep.
I thought that one slipped by for a second.
No, it did not.
Oh, no.
Pray tell, what is the destination?
So I just responding to a message. Sahu sort of goes, I am afraid we are to do the unthinkable, to consort with Xenos. We are to make all due haste to a haven known as the Conclave, which as a Void Captain you would know is like, it's Tortuga, it is Pirate Central.
Consorting with Xenos. Not a common occurrence within the Imperium, and one that I am hesitant to plot.
Nor one that has been undertaken lightly. And Sahu bows his head in like a genuine shame. We require the aid of these Xenos to find an old ally and friend who may yet be able to turn the tide of this heresy that is upon us. We have no intentions of working with them, and any transactions are purely for the betterment of the Imperium. And should any threat be made to you or your vessel, they shall be smited.
Should any threat be made against company here or my vessel, I will open fire myself. But orders are orders, and I am at the disposal of the Astartes and my Lord Cadigan.
Okay, Cadigan goes, very well. So, we are now about to breach Uranus. We are almost out of the system. Can you get us out without being boarded or investigated?
I field an Overlord-class battlecruiser. Who would board it?
He smiles. Oh, I can think of a couple. Very well.
My apologies, I misspoke. Who would board it successfully?
Cadigan's face splits into a grin. Oh, that is the sort of confidence I like. And I will say, as we round out this session, are we okay to start rounding out? How do we feel?
Yep.
Because we did have a very late break. I'm actually going to bring us out of the solar system. It's one of these things. I did have encounters planned. Stuff like being boarded by the Arbites and searched, and you'd have to hide or fight and flee. I had this for the refugee fleet that you could like hide in. And if it all went tits up, we had the space combat ready to go against the sort of holding fleet, if I put you up here, with the assistance of the Argent Remora. But on board a vessel of this caliber, nobody asks any questions. Nobody's going to be like, yeah, you're not in the right fucking jurisdiction, you nuclear warhead, you know? And despite gaining perhaps some strange looks, and there's a few odd comments, and you probably make one data clerk's life miserable as he has to explain why there was a warp jump so deep in system. As The dread spear slips into darkness, into the warp. As you slip into the warp, you can hear the voices of the Immaterium calling to you. And we fade away from Kill Team Salvation, having escaped the clutches of terror. But no demons are able to breach the warp. The Gellerfield keeps them back. And there in the warp, watching your ship sail through the ocean of souls, protecting you in no small part, making sure that you are unassailed, Lufol watches silently, waiting. And you sail, and we will be picking up next week as you arrive at the Conclave to deal with Xenos and to begin tracking down your old friend, Rogue Trader Aurak. So, thank you all so much for watching. We have been Tattletales RPG, where the table may indeed be virtual, but you are most certainly welcome at it. Bye for now.